I've been sent a nude from a man. Yes, YouTube. So today we're going to be covering a different sort of video. In this video, I'm just going to cover the struggles of being an online coach, or at least the struggles that I have encountered being an online coach. So problem number one, being told to fuck off a lot. It happens all the time. Being an online coach does look amazing from the outside. Being able to work from anywhere, transforming people's lives, but there's a lot that you would never see. In this video, that's exactly what I'm going to cover. So let's kick it off with number one, which is the DMs. Now, for me as a coach, for any coach, the DMs are pretty much the biggest part of your business. If you don't message people, you don't get any calls booked, you can't help any people, you don't get any business. But sometimes people on the receiving end of those messages don't quite see it that way. Now, at the start, I used to really struggle with this. I'd always be polite. I'm genuinely just messaging to try and help, offer some suggestions, offer a little bit of advice, and I've been told to fuck off so many times. I always spoke up a conversation just to find out about their goals, what they're doing, if there's anything they're struggling with, and I get it so much. They're just like, do one. And when you're genuinely trying to help someone and someone replies with that, it's a little bit of a kick in the teeth. I understand loads of coaches message loads of people getting bombarded with messages all day, every day. But when you're actually trying just to help people and they say stuff like that, it did sting at the time. Luckily, I'm over a year in now. It's not really that big of a deal. I've learned not to take it personally. Now, number two is the money shot. So the weird messages that I've been sent. This is the reality of coaching. People oversharing about their lives, people firing over pictures in the boxes when they haven't asked me for permission. They're just firing them over because I'm a coach. Like, oh, look at my physique. What can I improve? And then the cherry on top, the inappropriate ones. So let me take you back to day one. Now, when I was coming into the world of online coaching, I did expect some weird messages, but I never thought it would get to this level. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, I've been sent a nude from a man. When I first got into coaching, I was expecting some weird messages. I'm not going to lie. And it just seemed like the longer I'd been coaching for, the weirder the messages got, and the more common they were, the more frequent they were. And it got to a point after probably 6 months where the messages were quite regular. And it got to a point, and I'd said to a couple of my mates that someone's going to send me a nude at some point. It's literally inevitable. So I've been set one, and I'm sure it probably won't be the last. Obviously, as a coach working in like a public space online, these messages come in all the time, and there's not really anything I can do to actually stop them. Bear in mind as well that this fella that sent the picture, he'd literally sent me 3 messages. We'd had 3 messages each to each other, and he was just like, boom, sent the picture, and I was like, whoa, like, you can't do that. And I was just thinking, like, I know I'm a coach and he's found my profile, but I'm sure there are like girls that are like 12 and 13 that are on Instagram. So imagine if he sent that to one of them, like, he'd literally end up in jail. To be fair, I know it's not ideal, but I do find stuff like that quite funny, to be honest, because it's just bonkers to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't add up. Like, literally 3 messages had been sent and he's firing that over. Like, imagine what he'd be sending over if we did another 30 messages. Like, it's just crazy. Problem number 3 is people not showing up to book calls. Now, for me, this is probably the worst one. Here's how it usually goes. So we would have messaged in the DMs for quite a little bit. They've got a problem that needs solving that they can't figure out on their own. They've got a goal that they want to work towards, and that's where I would propose the call to offer some help and to try and help them to get to this goal and solve this problem. So I'll send them over a link to book the call in, get it scheduled in, and make sure that the time we arrange for the call is perfect for them. I'll always send a couple of messages leading up to the call just to check that we're still on for the call, that everything's okay, if they've got any questions or not. And then we get to the call, and then the day of the call. So in the morning, I will always fire a text over, are we still on for our call? Everyone will reply yes. For every single call, I will sit there for 30 minutes before and write some notes, what they want to achieve, what they've struggled with, and I'll sort of expand on that so I can give them some actionable advice on the call. It's time for the call. I'm sat there on Zoom with the link open, waiting for them, and there's just nothing. It's just silence, radio silence. I've messaged them a couple of minutes after, are we still on for the call? And I've got nothing. After 10 minutes, that is usually when I will stop the call. And I'm just sat there, and to be honest, I'm frustrated. Like, I've arranged this call, taken the time out of my day, first of all, to message them, find out some stuff about them, some problems, what they need help solving, and the goal they're working towards. We've arranged to book in a call, and I've got nothing. I've got no message. I'm not turning up for the call. I'm busy. I've got this. I've got that. I'm sat there waiting. I've spent time making some notes, and there's just nothing. Absolutely nothing. And let me tell you about this one quickly. So I was messaging a fella. He was diabetic. Before this call, I'd spent 3 hours searching up how having diabetes affects your training in regard to like the diet, the food you have to eat, what you have to avoid, how it actually affects your energy throughout the day. And the same thing happened. I was waiting, messaged him just before the call. We were on for the call. The time for the call came around. Nothing. Silence. I messaged him after, where are you? I thought we were on for the call. Are we not still on for the call? Nothing. And again, sadly, there's nothing I can do to solve this problem. It's just something that I will always have to deal with for the rest of the time that I'm coaching. So yeah, being an online coach isn't just about training in the gym and transforming people's lives. It's DMs of people telling you to fuck off all day, every day. It's men sending you pictures of them fully naked. And it's spending time in the DMs, spending time arranging a call, spending time making notes for calls that don't even happen. But despite all of this, I wouldn't trade this job for the world. I genuinely love what I do. Helping to transform people's lives genuinely makes me so fulfilled with what I do. And it makes me happy day to day. Just a tip for anyone who's potentially thinking of working with a coach, doesn't have to be me, but maybe try not ghosting them. And if you arrange a call, make sure that if you can't attend that call, you do tell them, or else you're just wasting their time and you're wasting your own time. And you just seem like a knobhead. That is going to wrap up episode 3. I will see you in the next one.